Today, we're going to unpack the science behind getting that deep, restorative sleep even when you don't have a lot of time. This is all about hacking your sleep so you can feel completely charged and ready to take on the day.
Have you ever had this happen? You do everything you're supposed to. You get your 8 hours, but you wake up feeling like you barely slept at all. Your brain's all foggy, your eyes are burning. It's just so frustrating, right? Well, today we're going to figure out exactly why that happens.
And this is the whole point. On the one hand, you've got a long night of tossing and turning that leaves you feeling drained. But on the other, you've got this promise of a shorter, way more efficient sleep that leaves you feeling amazing. And this isn't some fantasy. It's about completely changing how you think about sleep. It's not quantity, it's quality.
Which brings us to the core principle of this whole thing. We're going to move past all that old advice and really dig into the science of what makes rest, well, what makes it actually restful.
Okay, here it is, the secret sauce. It is not about the number of hours you spend with your eyes closed. It's about how many of these super important 90-minute sleep cycles your brain can actually finish without getting interrupted.
So, what in the world is a sleep cycle? Well, think of it like this. It's a 90-minute program that your brain runs on repeat all night. Your brain doesn't just switch off. It's super active, cycling through different stages. And each stage has a very specific job to do for your mind and body.
And inside each of those 90-minute cycles, there are a few different phases. Now, you spend a good chunk of time in light sleep, but the real magic, the heavy lifting, happens in deep sleep and REM sleep. Deep sleep, that's like the body's repair shop. It's fixing muscles, boosting your immune system. And REM sleep, that's the brain's maintenance crew, essential for focus, memory, and creativity. Completing these full cycles is the absolute key to feeling refreshed in less time.
Okay, so we get the science. Now let's get practical. How do you actually do this? Here is a 5-step formula, basically a blueprint you can start using tonight to make your sleep way more powerful.
We're going to break each of these down, but here's the quick look. It's all about consistency, timing your cycles, having a solid wind-down routine, and then having a powerful launch sequence in the morning. So, let's jump into the first one.
Rule number 1 is completely non-negotiable. You have to be consistent. Your brain loves routine. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, and yeah, that includes weekends, I know, you're reinforcing your body's internal clock. It actually trains your body to start releasing that sleep hormone, melatonin, right on cue. And research from Stanford even shows that when you have an irregular schedule, you're robbing yourself of that critical deep sleep.
All right, rule number 2, the 90-minute rule. This is a total game changer. The goal is to wake up at the end of a sleep cycle, not in the middle of it. That's what causes that groggy feeling. So you work backward in 90-minute blocks. Let's say you go to bed at 11 p.m. You wouldn't just wake up at 6. You'd set your alarm for 5 a.m. to get 4 full cycles in, or for 6:30 a.m. to get 5. This one trick alone can make you feel so much better in the morning.
And now for Rule 3, a super simple but really effective shutdown routine called the 3-2-1 method. So 3 hours before bed, no more big meals. You don't want your body working on digestion. 2 hours before bed, stop working and try to avoid any stressful conversations. And 1 hour before bed, this is the big one. No more screens. That blue light is a killer for sleep. This whole period is about letting your body and brain transition into rest mode.
The last 2 rules are all about how you kickstart your day. As soon as you wake up, get outside for 10 minutes of natural sunlight. It's a massive signal to your brain to shut down melatonin production and reset your clock. And please, whatever you do, do not hit the snooze button. Instead, get up and get moving immediately. Splash cold water on your face, do 20 push-ups. Something to jolt your system awake and get a nice dopamine boost.
Okay, so you've got the basics down. But what if you want to take this to the next level? The level of elite performers. Well, here are a few advanced hacks to optimize your rest even more.
First up, let's talk about caffeine. Look, we all know it keeps you awake. But what you might not realize is just how long it hangs around. It stays active in your system for 6 to 8 hours. So that 3 p.m. coffee, it can actually slash your deep sleep by up to 30%, even if you don't have trouble falling asleep. The rule here is simple. No caffeine after 2 p.m.
Period. Next, what's one of the most powerful changes you can make to your sleep environment? It's all about this number, 18 degrees Celsius, which is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. A cool room helps your body's core temperature drop, which is a critical trigger for initiating and staying in deep sleep.
This really builds on that last point. You need to think about creating the ultimate sleep cave. We're talking totally dark, so get some blackout curtains or a good sleep mask. It needs to be cold, like we just talked about, and it needs to be quiet. The darker, cooler, and quieter your room is, the deeper and more restorative your sleep will be.
And finally, here's a hack for your mind. You know when your brain just won't shut up at night? It's buzzing with worries and to-do lists. The simple act of journaling, doing a brain dump before bed, lets you get all of that out. You're offloading those anxieties onto the paper, which gives your brain the signal that it's safe to finally power down.
So all these rules and hacks, they all lead up to one final, really important idea. It's about a complete mindset shift in how we think about sleep itself.
This right here, this is the new mantra. We have got to stop thinking of sleep as a waste of time or as some kind of weakness. It's not. Getting proper rest is one of the most powerful performance-enhancing tools you have. It's a superpower.
And this just completely reframes that whole hustle culture idea, doesn't it? The real goal isn't to brag about how little you slept. True success is all about the quality of the hours you're awake. It's about who shows up the next day sharp, calm, focused, and ready to win the day.
And that is the thought I really want to leave you with. What if the problem isn't that you need more hours in the day? What if you just need better, higher quality energy in the hours you already have? Because when you optimize your sleep, you optimize your entire life. Just think, what could you accomplish with that kind of energy?